used. There are more data types. Good morning, everyone. So yesterday we looked at the data types. So today we look at some more basic data types. There are a whole lot of data types in R, but we're looking at the 5 most frequently used. So there is numeric, 10.5, 55, 787, numbers like this. There is integer, in which I write 1L. When I write L, it declares it to be an integer. Then complex numbers like 9 plus 3I, where I is the imaginary part. Characters, or also called string in certain languages, whereas, for example, K, in whatever is in quotes will be a character. And so R is exciting, it will become a character. False will become a character because it is in quotes. And then logical. So it will be also called Boolean, and it is either true or false. So yesterday we took examples of X is equal to 10.5. So when we ask the class of X, it says numeric. When we assign X is equal to 1000 L and we ask the class of X, it says integer, right? So when we assign X as 9I plus 3 and we ask what is the class of X, it says complex, and here it says string, and here it says Boolean. We did it yesterday. So in numbers, so we have numeric, integer, and complex. Almost all these three are numbers. And so we looked at the class of both of these yesterday. We looked at complex, right? So we can also convert once we have. Let's go and look at it in R. So if you go here, you will be able to see, go to recent files, and this is the file. So we started the file on 8 September. So this is what we did yesterday. So we looked at 4. Let me just enlarge it a bit. Let's see, view, zoom out. No, zoom in, view, zoom in, view, zoom in, right? So when you go here, you can see your most recent file. Yeah, so that's what I did. You can also do that. Yeah, and you can make this bigger by looking at putting this smaller. This is where your plots will come. This is where your packages. You can download packages here. You can select a package and say install, and it will be installed here. You can choose it from, for example, Shiny. You can choose Shiny and then press install, and it will be installed for you. Okay. And here is the list of all the variables that get created when you write the script. Okay. So history also comes in, whatever you do. And environment, you have global variables and other variables. So global variables means that a variable once defined can be used in more than one program, not just in a single program. Okay. So a lot of times we do not define global variables because we might define X something, and then in the other program we might define X as some other thing, right? So we do not define a lot of global variables. So you will, as we study, as we go forward, you will understand where is the application of global variables, right? So yesterday we looked at these 4 data types, and before that we looked at how do you name your variables. So you can name your variables, variable 1, variable 2, variable 3, and orange. So all, if you type this, and how do you run it? You go put your cursor here, and let me just delete this. Yeah. So you put your cursor here, wherever you want to run, and then say run, and the output will come here, or you do command enter, command return, that will also run. So command return. So I said variable 1 becomes orange. Now I can write variable 1 underscore name as Jyoti, but if I write underscore variable 1, there is an error. And if I write 1 variable is equal to Jyoti, there is an error because we can't start the name of the variable by underscore or numbers, but we can have them inside the string. Okay, we can also have a dot, and that's why it's So we can define this. Again, there are some words or functions in R that should not be used, like true, false, or like, for example, this is a VAR is a function. So if you do this and run this, it will give you this function. It will give you this function, right? So we don't usually use VAR also. Okay. So I'll just put a comment. So if I put this hat, it becomes a comment. We looked at these four, and like I mentioned in the PPT, so x is equal to 10.5. If I run this and then I run class, it's numeric. If I run x is equal to 100,000 and I ask the class, it's integer. If I assign 9i plus 3 to x, it's a, and then I ask the class, it's a complex number, and R saves it as a complex number. You know, in earlier languages, we had first defined what kind of a variable it is, and only then we could assign values. But in R and Python, it accepts on its own. It figures out on its own whatever the value is. So if it is numeric, it saves it as a numeric variable. If it is a complex number, it saves it as a complex number. That's what we see here. So x is equal to R is existing to learn, which is exciting to learn. It's not exciting. 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 This is the spelling of exciting, right? This is no, yeah. So R is exciting to learn. So it is. I say character. Logic. We start from here. Now we convert. We did in some. How do we? Yeah. Type conversion, I'm looking at, and the answers will come here. So if I say x is equal to, say small x is equal to 100n. So which number is it? If I say class, right? So I use a small l, so it gave me an error. It has to be a capital L. So if I ask now what is the class of x, it gives me as an integer. Okay. And I say y is equal to 2. And I ask the class of y, it is a numeric class. Now I'm going to convert, so I'm going to convert class from integer to numeric. Why do we need this? Because when we are doing mathematical trick, right? Okay. What is the, so I say A is equal to as dot numeric. As, see, it gives me prompts. R gives me prompts. So as numeric x. So if I convert it as numeric, I'm converting, what was the class of x? It was integer. Now I'm converting it to numeric. So this, and then I can say, what is the class of A? And it says numeric. Earlier it was integer, right? In the same way, I can convert y. Y's class is numeric, and I can say b is equal to as dot integer. as dot integer. I want to convert y to integer, right? And then I ask the class of b, and it is integer, right? So print, whenever I have to look at values, I can print values. So I can say print x, or I can also say x and run. So it will give me x. So x is 100 and y is 2. But I have changed their class. Okay. Then we can look at more operands, operations.